There we go, the easiest call that we made from the preview video as to what was coming out for Horus Heresy this year was jet bikes. And we said that because there was a clear silhouette of a jet bike, and now we have jet bikes. I mean, let's be honest, trying to work out what that particular one wasn't the biggest challenge in the world, because I think these have got a really distinctive silhouette. They're also really good models. They're just, I don't know, there's something about the Scimitar Jetbike that I absolutely love, and these are the plastic versions. And you know what? I am super happy about the plastic versions because I have some of the resin ones, but once again, as always, the mantra, the oft-repeated thing, what we say every single time: cheaper, more accessible, easy to get hold of, and you can get them from third-party retailers, therefore better than Forge World. Easy. It is once again a case of looking at these and comparing them to the Forge World ones and seeing how close they are to those versions, and I happen to have one of the Forge World ones right in front of me, and it's pretty much identical. I mean, I'm looking at it and I think it actually might be identical. I don't know that there's any difference whatsoever outside of, okay. We've got extra bits, so we've got like a chainsaw in a sheath on the side of the bike. That's cool, absolutely hilarious that you'd even use a chainsaw whilst on a flying bike, but sure. At least I'm pretty sure the Forge World ones didn't come with that. If they were meant to, then I'm upset because mine didn't. We've also got that little kind of all-spec scanner thing down the side as well, so there's like accessories going on. There's also some additional armour plating on the legs as well of these. So previously, these were Mark IV Marines that were riding these, but these are obviously being upgraded or updated at least to Mark VI. So instead, you've got beakies and you've got the that kind of extra armour across the shin there, which is super interesting. It is actually like a full separate additional section by the look of things. We can see there that on a normal Mark VI, you've just got this standard kind of greave or shin guard or whatever, and it's smooth where it kind of goes down and overlaps across the foot. Whereas on this one, we've got that kind of, that extra detail over where the overlap is, and it looks bulkier. And that bit of detail is not that dissimilar to the bit of detail just behind it on the bike itself, that kind of circular section. So, I don't know, I quite like that change. That's quite a cool little bit of extra, just a bit of extra something there. For the bike itself, I'm struggling to see really any difference at all. This looks completely identical. Same number of vents, same number of ridges on the kind of engine cowling on the front. We've got the same number of like bars on the bottom as well. We've got the same vent or intake on the front of the bike. It is pretty much exactly what we had before, and I like that because I really like the Scimitar Jetbike. The actual jet bike itself, I never had a problem with. My problem was that they were goddamn expensive for how many you got, and these won't be as expensive. The rest of it is pretty much identical. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. There is a difference here. There is a difference. When it comes to those little exhausts down the bottom, right, the ones that are leading to the jet engine bit on the back, on the one I'm holding right now, they're all relatively plain. That's it. They're kind of split into three sections, but that's all you get. You get a curved bit, then you get a join, then you get a straight bit, then you get a join, then a curved bit. Whereas on these, the first exhaust bit has got like 3 different joints, the middle one has got 4, and the back one has got 3 again, but they're spaced differently to the first one that had 3. So actually, there is a difference there. Okay, interesting. I wonder why they changed that specifically. Why that bit? Everything else is pretty much the same. I don't know. That's an interesting choice, and I don't really know why they've... I mean, I guess just to give it a bit of extra detail. I'm assuming that's it, just to give it a bit more interest. I mean, it might also be that, like, moulding that for the resin ones, it would have just ended up looking naff. That's quite an interesting change, honestly, just because I don't really know why they did it. I'm not complaining, it looks fine, looks good, but yeah, of all the things to alter, why that? Now, of course, you've got multiple weapons options, and you've got the Eye of Horus on the front, where you can, spread your wings and fly. Guns-wise, we've got the heavy bolter option, we've got Volkite, we've got multi-melter, and we've got plasma cannon, so... yeah, I mean, I like these a lot. I've always liked these. I just want them not to cost a horrific amount of money, and it looks like that's what's happening now, so I'm happy. I will say, if ever I was going to start, like, a White Scars army, it would be using primarily jet bikes, so the fact that they are now plastic means that that particular idea, which I've had for quite a while, is closer to being a thing, even though that would be ruinous. And yet, it wouldn't be quite as ruinous as if I attempted to do it whilst there was still resin. I mean, I can't be unhappy about this. Once again, it's a nice model that I already liked that they're just going to make more accessible and cheaper. And as such, I would be silly to complain. Of course, if they decided to make it like 80% cheaper, that would be nice, but that's also a pipe dream and will never happen. So there you go. Plastic jet bikes. I want them. You probably want them. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon videos, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you'd like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.